Okay, everybody, welcome, and this is Rizzo's Gaming Perspective. Now, you know I am a true gamer, and I have played a lot of games for a long time, and I'm here to bring you my review on Battlefield 4 for the Xbox One, because that is what I do, and that is what we're doing now. Now, my review is mostly going to be focused on the multiplayer aspect of this game, because that is why we play this game. Single player is such a small portion of the game, but we will be covering that later in the show. Now we're going to start a little boring here with the menus. Of course, now for a shooter game, this is your standard fare. You have your soldier options. Of course, you're going to have controls, audio, and video. And Connect. Now, Connect in this game is used quite nice. You can yell at your TV for need ammo, need health, need things, and it will respond and yell at the other player to drop a med pack or something of that nature. There is lots of customizing in this game, which is nice. But, as we'll see here, the customizing in this game, unfortunately, you cannot do it outside of test range, outside of a match. You have to do it in-game or in the test range, which is odd because this was a feature in Battlefield 3, and not sure why you cannot customize your kit outside of a match in this game. Strange, to say the least. Now you can see the battle log. This is kind of a nice feature. You can see a lot of stats here on your friends, missions, and your soldier. As you can see, I'm not the noob that you thought I was. I am just a noob at reviews. Now we're getting better as we go along, so stick with me. Reports on games, things of that nature. Battlefield log is a nice touch. Now onto the gameplay. I enjoyed this game quite a bit. I love shooter games. I have been playing them for a long time, and Battlefield 4 for the Xbox One is going to be your best shooter experience, in my opinion. There are a lot of guns in this game, all feel very different from one another, and that's a big plus in this game. Now, guns in this game do have a lot of kick, they do have a lot of recoil, and it makes it feel more real. Guns in this game take more skill. In my opinion, these aren't laser rifles, these aren't rail guns. When you shoot them, they're going to kick a lot. If you hold down that trigger, they're going to kick. You have to tap it, tap that, and burst that, because if you don't, you're not going to be hitting your target like you want to. And I enjoy that. I want my game to have some challenge. I want it to take more skill to get a kill. Okay? This game has this game has a lot of good things going for it in the shooter aspect. Multiplayer gameplay is outstanding when it is working properly. Working properly is going to be the main theme of this show, because this game does have issues. It does have negatives. There is things in this game that we wish were better, that we want to be better, and we want DICE to get on their game, because this game is beautiful. The maps are gigantic. The 64 player lobbies on Conquest, there is no rival there. There is nothing like it. There is no mayhem that can match that, with 64 players in a room trying to kill each other, trying to go after objectives, trying to win these games. Now, there is a lot of game types also. Your standard TDM, squad TDM, obliteration, rush. There's a lot of good game types. Air superiority for you jets and chopper fans. But this game, in my opinion, is best played in Conquest mode. Like I said, with 64 player lobbies, there is nothing that rivals the mayhem there. When you play in a 64 player lobby with people going after these objectives, there's just nothing like that, okay? As you can see, the gameplay footage here, mostly highlights, but what you won't see here is the negatives on the gameplay, because there are negatives. There is connection issues, there is lag issues, rubber banding effect on these maps. What I noticed in my gameplay experience is lag on certain maps. There's two maps that I've played in my experience that gave me issues, and I completely avoid Those are Lansing Dam and Hainan Resort. These are very good maps for conquest and other game modes, but when I play them, I get more lag than I experience in other matches. I'm not sure why that is. I have no rhyme or reason for this, but that is the way it is. Now, I have a love-hate relationship for this game because of that fact alone. But you'll notice the graphics in this game are unparalleled, unrivaled. There is nothing. Call of Duty cannot match the graphics and mayhem that this game brings. Battlefield has now separated itself as the best online shooter on the next gen. Who needs kill streaks, okay? Tanks, choppers, jets, they all spawn on deployment and on certain capture points in Conquest and other modes. And if you can fly them, drive them, and kill with them, you're going to make a big difference on the battlefield. Okay, you have your vehicles, you have your aircraft, you have your roles, your classes, you have engineers, assault, support, snipers, or recon, excuse me. You'll mostly see me in land vehicles because I can't fly. I've been trying to fly for a long time. I can't fly. I've been trying. I went to the test range. I still can't fly. But I still have tons of fun in this game, even with the issues. Because once you're playing the game and it's working properly, you're having so much fun that you forget about the issues. But title of this magnitude, of this AAA variety, you expect these issues to be taken care of, and that is one huge concern of mine. Month into the game, and these issues, for the most part, have not been addressed. Now, there is a single-player campaign. Of course, we have to touch on that just a little bit quickly. Single-player campaign won't last you very long, maybe 6 hours, 10 if you're real slow and trying to collect everything, but that will get you some unlockables for multiplayer, and that's where the beef of this game is. Also, single player will get you some achievements if you're into that. If you want some of that gamer score, it is there. There also is some gamer score for multiplayer. They've added a lot of stuff to the maps. They have the Levolution. Here you can see the water gameplay, the boats that they've added. The vehicle gameplay is really good, and there's always a counter to certain vehicle. Like this boat it's like the tank of the water, but the warthogs and rockets and choppers can take it out pretty easily if you're not careful. One more thing on the roles. If you get into a vehicle, please, if you're going to sit in the back of a boat, bring your engineer kit and repair it. I can't tell you how many people they'll get in the boat and they won't repair the boat, and it bothers me. If you're going to sit in the boat, you need to be able to repair, okay, people? Really, if you get into any vehicle, you need to be running engineer class to repair. Anytime you're in a vehicle, be ready to repair it. Okay. Lots of roles in this game, support, and I mentioned all this before, but what's great is how they counter each other and how they all do have a role. They're all important to the game. Now, I do want to say I feel that the issues in this game are a little exaggerated. Now, of course, with any online shooter, there are issues, and there are some issues here, but I feel that people have such a good time when they're playing this game and it's working right, that when the game does have problems, they exaggerate and they get even more upset, because it is a really good, fun multiplayer shooter. Now, this game, I'm still having fun with it, will have fun with it for a long time, and maybe when Titanfall comes out, I might go away from this game for a little bit. But this game is the main online shooter for Xbox One. There's not a lot of competition there, in my opinion. Titanfall might take my attention away from this game for a little bit till, the next good shooter game comes out. But right now, Battlefield is where it's at. Now, I've had a lot of fun with this game, still am. As you can see here, there's just such a variety to this game, as diverse and dynamic as the maps are, as how big they are, what they do with them in game. The Levolution is a nice touch, although there is some issues with the lag and connectivity, and some maps being unplayable in my experience. This game is so good when it's working right. It's really hard to grade. Now we're going to go over the positives and negatives real quick, of course. Here we go. Positives. There's a lot of positives in this game. Graphics, sound, gameplay, all the vehicles, all the classes. They have such a good role and variety. The guns, tons of guns, customizing your kits, bunch of different game modes, and the beautiful, huge, diverse maps I really love. Big plus, great to see. Negatives, we talked about it. The lag, rubber banding on certain maps in my experience, strange glitches, issues with connecting to servers, and no co-op modes, unfortunately. Now, overall, we're going to give this game 7 out of 10. The game is the most fun I've had in an online shooter in a long time, but unfortunately, there are issues that need to be addressed soon. Okay, this game can be great. I think it will be great, and we're just waiting for the updates. Now, thanks for watching Rizzo's Gaming Perspective, and staying tuned to the whole new review. I appreciate it. Thanks.